Welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. Last time, we got through the Swamp Spider House, so this time, we're taking care of one more thing in the Great Bay region. First of all, let's play the inverted Song of Time. We also need a lot of rupees in the cycle, so while we're here, let's head to the east side of town. On the way back to the roof, I wanted to talk about an Easter egg. The Ballad of the Windfish is actually a song from Link's Awakening, and I got thinking about it, and it kind of doesn't make sense for two main reasons. The first is, it's not even the same song in Majora's Mask, and the second is, given the plot of Link's Awakening, I'm not entirely sure why there would be a windfish in the universe of Majora's Mask, and it's also in a very different part of the timeline as well, but it's kind of a neat little callback to Link's Awakening. You got a silver rupee, it's worth 100 rupees, you're pretty happy. With that in hand, let's return to the Great Bay Coast. As we swim back to shore, I wanted to mention that this next side quest gives different rewards on all 3 days. You get a very special reward on the first day, and on day 2 and 3, you only get rupees, and actually decreasing amounts of rupees across day 2 and day 3. So definitely make sure to do this on day 1 in this version. In the 3DS version, this was actually changed, so you could do this on all 3 days, which I honestly think is a really good change because of how arbitrary this can feel, but next to the Fisherman's House, we have another building. This is the Oceanside Spider House. First of all, let's use the Blast Mask to get through here. And as the name implies, we have even more gold Skulltulas to find, and yet again, we have 30 to collect in this Spider House. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your first one. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your second one. Next up, we want to break the jars to get some more arrows, because using fire arrows, we'll be able to get through some of the cobwebs around this area in order to access new areas and also find Skulltulas, like this one up here. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your third one. So we can hookshot over this fence to access the door over here, and this will lead us to another part of the Spider House. Here we have a couple of jars, as you might expect. We want to roll into a couple of them, but first we actually have to burn away the webs on this one. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your fourth one. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your fifth one. There's one that goes back and forth on this beam, and one that actually hides behind this mask. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your sixth one. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your seventh one. Next up, we want to burn through here. And in here, we should have a library with even more Skulltulas and something else interesting. So with this bookshelf, we can actually climb to the top, and over here we actually have a stall children, or stall child. So using the captain's hat, we can actually talk to stall children in this area, and they'll actually give us hints to getting a heart piece. So obviously for now, we're not going to talk to them. There's also a couple of Skulltulas hiding behind these pictures of Skull Kid. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 8th one. There's also one going back and forth along this part of the ceiling. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 9th one. There's also one over there. I don't think we can actually reach it with the hook shot from here, so let's actually carefully hop across the bookshelves to that area. There should be one behind this painting as well over here. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 10th one. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 11th one. We still have a few more to go, and actually, we want to drop down and move this bookshelf. We can actually see the Skulltulas through the empty shelves. Somehow Link is actually strong enough to move this, even without the Goron mask, but we actually have a couple more in here. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 13th one. And in the library, there should be one more behind these 3 bookshelves here. First of all, we actually have to pull 2 of the bookshelves away from the wall to give us enough room to push the remaining one forward a bit to actually get into this alcove, or to reach this alcove with yet another Skulltula. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 14th one. And that takes care of this area, so from here, we want to head downstairs. Along the way, there should be another Skulltula along the ceiling, and it's actually easier to reach if you stand on the stairs, so let's take a look here. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 15th one. Alright, halfway there. So next up, we should have a jar. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 16th one. And we have a couple more webs to burn away. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 17th one. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 18th one. Finally, there's actually one hiding in a jar on top of this stack of crates. It's actually easy to miss, I find. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 19th one. Alright, let's check what's inside this room. In here, we have even more cobwebs and a full-sized Skulltula, so let's pop it with a fire arrow and then melt or burn through the next cobweb for a Skulltula over there. There's also these little shadow enemies that we saw in the Woodfall Temple. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 20th one. There's also one hiding behind one of these things. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 21st one. Next, we have 2 crates. Let's start with this one. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit, this is your 22nd one. Breaking this one reveals a little hidden passageway with a couple jars with, like, some items and another Skulltula. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit. This is your 23rd one. There is one more to go in here, and to get it, we actually have to climb up and then hookshot to the roof of this, this section. Got a gold Skulltula Spirit. This is your 24th one. We are in the home stretch. There's only one more room to go, and actually, we have to equip the Goron Mask of all things to get some of the Skulltulas in this area. Alright, so when we enter this room, we have the remaining Stealth Children who will basically tell us which mask to shoot in which order. That'll open up the gate up ahead, and that'll lead to a heart piece. But again, obviously, we're not taking care of that for now. We're instead looking for the remaining Skulltulas. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit. This is your 25th one. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit. This is your 26th one. The final ones are up above. There are a couple on the chandelier and one going along this outer edge. Again, you can burn through the web. Alternatively, you can simply wait for it to actually like pass by a place without a web, which in this case will be a little bit faster. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit. This is your 27th one. So yeah, we have a ton on this chandelier, so we actually have to knock them down. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit. This is your 28th one. You got a gold Skulltula Spirit. This is your 29th one. You collected all of the gold Skulltula Spirits. The curse is now lifted. And that takes care of the second and final Spider House. In general, I actually like this better than how Skulltulas were handled in Ocarina of Time, where you could find them all across the overworld and in dungeons. I actually prefer having them isolated to very specific areas. It makes it a lot less of a headache to try to find them all. Next up, we actually have to hookshot out of here and then roll up as a Goron. I thought I heard some loud noises inside, and I came in to check it out. This place, is this some sort of underground shelter? Did you find this place? I beg you, let me have this place. Not for free, of course. I hope this will do. You got a giant wallet. This thing is huge. It can hold up to 500 rupees. I'm just glad it was something you needed. Anyhow, I won't be needing it much longer anyway. So yeah, just to reiterate one more time, you can only get the wallet on the first day, in this version. Again, I have to stress that it was changed in the 3DS version, making it a lot more approachable. But yeah, in this version, you are very much limited in how much time you have to get that. So next up, our next stop ultimately is the Ikana region once again, but there's actually a quest that involves a ton of item collecting, so we're going to take care of that now. I guess our next stop should be the Southern Swamp. First of all, let's actually equip the Deku mask, because around the tourist center there's actually a business scrub that we need to talk to. There's another place that we've already seen where we can get this item, but this is a lot faster than having to go back to the palace. Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing business with a focus on a Deku Scrub clientele. Actually, I want to do business at the palace, but there's the big octopus, and nothing really can be done about it, so I set up shop here. Do you know about magic bean? Do you know what magic beans are, sir? I'll sell you one for 10 rupees. Do you need any? You got magic beans. Find a patch of soft soil, then press C to plant them in it. Who knows what will sprout up? Thanks again. Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing business with a focus on the Deku Scrub clientele. Do you know what magic beans are, sir? I'll sell you one for 10 rupees. Do you need any? You got magic beans, find a patch of soft soil, then press C to plant them in it. Who knows what will sprout up? Thanks again. Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing business with a focus on the Deku Scrub clientele. Do you know what magic beans are, sir? I'll sell you one for 10 rupees. Do you need any? You got magic beans, find a patch of soft soil, then press C to plant them in it. Who knows what will sprout up? Thanks again! Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing a business with a focus on a Deku Scrub clientele. Do you know what magic beans are, sir? I'll sell you one for 10 rupees. Do you need any? You got magic beans. Find a patch of soft soil, then press C to plant them in it. Who knows what will sprout up? Thanks again! Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing business with a focus on the Deku Scrub clientele. Do you know what magic beans are, sir? I'll sell you one for 10 rupees. Do you need any? You got magic beans. Find a patch of soft soil, then press C to plant them in it. Who knows what will sprout up? Thanks again. Yes, we actually do need 5 magic beans for something coming up. By the way, in the 3DS version, this was changed to 1 magic bean, which again, given how much text you have to sit through to buy them, it is a really welcome change, to be honest. But with that in hand, let's actually equip the bunny hood, I think, and then actually make our way back to Termina Field, actually, for something. I also want the ocarina, which I'm having trouble seeing for some reason. Also worth mentioning, there is an optional thing where you might want a blue potion. I'm personally not going to get a blue potion, but just as a heads up, there is something you could do that requires one. So if you wanted this optional secret, this is probably a good time to get one since we're already near the potion shop. Alright, so I want to cut through this little road to Southern Swamp, and then head back to the field. I also want to check for items around these little patches of grass. We also need bombs for something coming up, so I'm trying to make sure we have enough by then. If not, I'll go around Hyrule, or Termina Field and look for more. Speaking of bombs, there's actually a secret under this log. So we want to equip the blast mask because we don't have bombs, and we actually want to detonate this in the middle of this structure. In here, we have a secret grotto with a ton of cows and a lot of grass. So again, I'm going to try to chop this down just in case we can get some more bombs. But if not, we can go around Terminate Field and look for more. There we go. We got a few there. I don't think that's enough though. So yeah, we might have to look for some more elsewhere. Oh wait, we are good. Cool. But also, our main reason for being here are the cows. Moo! Nice music. It reminds me of the pasture. That song just makes me want to let go and put out a lot of milk. I'll give some to you. Milk will make you very healthy. You had your bottle filled with milk. Drink up for health and long life with C. One drink recovers 5 hearts. With this special offer, you'll get 2 helpings in 1 bottle. So yeah, if you play Epona song for cows, they will give you milk. Obviously, this is the easiest place to find cows. Alternatively, you could also go all the way to Romani Ranch, blow up the boulder, and find the cows there, assuming you've rescued them or if it's the first day. But again, this is probably the fastest place to find some. Next up, we want to go back to town. Also, let's actually equip the Guan mask for something. There was a lot of setup for this next dungeon, actually. Even though we've actually taken care of quite a lot of the setup already, there's still a lot to go. So here we go. From here, we want to go to the west side of town. And we actually have 2 stops to make here. The first is this place. Welcome, what are you looking for? Hey, thanks again. For something coming up, we need 10 Deku Nuts. However, in the 3DS version, similar to the Magic Beans, this requirement was actually changed to 1. So hypothetically, instead of buying some, you could simply fight a Deku Scrub, or a Deku Baba. Alternatively, in the 3DS version, you can actually buy Magic Beans at this store, so that also cuts out a step there of having to go to the Southern Swamp for this. So yeah, in general, this is definitely a section that was made a lot easier in the 3DS version. Finally, before we leave the shop, this is actually a great place to find a fish in this little stream that cuts through the shop. You caught a fish in a bottle. It's a deliciously fresh catch. Use it with C. Also worth mentioning, there is another scarecrow in the shop, so if you wanted to skip ahead or potentially try something else that we're not going to tackle quite yet, that is much easier than going all the way through the bomber's hideout and yeah, getting to the observatory. Our final stop for now is the bomb shop again. Oh, of all places. You're a Goron, so you should be able to carry a powder keg, right? So, won't you buy a powder keg for 50 rupees? How about it? You got a powder keg. Press C to light it, then tap C to place it. Be careful, its sheer power and size are immense. Powder kegs, made by my instructor, are extremely powerful. Come back and see me if you run out. I'll double check off screen, but I think we have everything we need to get through an upcoming area. So yeah, a fish, milk, 10 Deku Nuts in this version, 5 Magic Beans in this version, 10 bombs, and for something else we also need a powder keg. Again, there may be something I'm forgetting, I'll double check off screen, and we'll get it on the way to Ikana if we have to, but for now, we should be good to go here, actually. Let's actually head to the north part of town. Now that we have the giant wallet, we'll be able to afford a mask in a later part of the cycle. However, if I understand correctly, we actually have to save the bomb shop owner again. So we have to wait until roughly midnight around this area. So I'm going to play the song of Double Time to skip ahead a little bit. Off screen, I'm going to let the time elapse a little bit so we're closer to midnight, but we'll resume we'll resume there and try to stop the theft again, and then hopefully get an additional mask, and then head to Ikana finally, or return to Ikana finally, since we already had to go there to do a bunch of stuff in preparation for the Great Bay, but now we're officially able to tackle that region. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.